Report not good. Mold and weeds both in the high category, grass and trees in the moderate to high category. Ragweed alert in effect. So allergy sufferers beware, especially for ragweed right now. It's excessive and it takes a frost or freeze to bring those numbers down. And we're still a little ways away from that. So not a good day to be outside for a prolonged period of time if you suffer from ragweed and, of course, mold as well. Omaha to Tulsa, Dallas, quite warm for this time of year. This is only going to get hotter over the next couple of days into the weekend, early next week. There's some hope that we could get a cool front in here by the end of next week. But boy, is the chances of that right now looking pretty low. Not zero, but pretty low. So we're going to keep watching that. Now, as we look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days, you can see the temperatures generally climbing into the mid-90s by Sunday and Monday, into early next week as well, as those temps remain hot. Euro yesterday was saying, hey, a lot of rain heading your way. Now it's backing off on that. We're going to see how much moisture we can get in here with a cool front that could approach the area by the end of next week. So we've got all this weekend, and much of next week to deal with the dry and the heat before we have hope. And I keep saying hope because it's not certain by any stretch of the means to get a cool front in here by the end of next week. Fingers crossed on that. Meanwhile, this weekend's just hot and dry, but it will feel more humid as moisture comes in back into the area, with south winds picking up, pulling that moisture back in from the Gulf of Mexico. Right now, we're at 88 degrees, southeast winds at 9 miles per hour. The dew point is increasing some, but look at the humidity at 29%. Eventually, that will rise over the next couple of days as those south winds begin to increase across the area. 7 a.m. on your Wednesday, not a bad start to the day with that relatively dry air in place. That means a nice night, 57 in Bartlesville, Tulsa at 63, Pryor at 60, Grand Lake in the mid-50s, and McAllister at 58 degrees. By afternoon, hot, still dry, lower 90s, southeast wind still just trying so hard to bring low-level moisture back into the area. It's fighting with very dry surfaces across the area, and so we're not very saturated on our grounds, as you are well aware, because of the drought. So the humidity is staying a little lower than it normally would. Now, by this weekend, with those strong south winds, it will start to feel a little more sticky, and heat index values could be around 100 degrees by this weekend, early next week. And still hopeful, Caden, that we get just kind of like your fantasy football team,
yes,
that we get a front into the area by the end of next week.
Open a prayer. All right.